Hi everyone, I'm Larry Satchwell. Welcome to my workshop. If you're new to the channel, I've been trying to get rid of some of my scrap wood. It's a serious problem, and I have a serious problem of letting go with it. With the holidays coming up next month, I thought it might be a great time to try to make some centerpieces for your holiday dining table. And I've got these bottles that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. They're on sale quite often, and they're pretty cheap. So if I'm in Hobby Lobby and they're on sale, I usually pick up 2 or 3 of them. They're sitting on a 1x4 that I've had for a very long time. This 1x4 was once part of the shutters on the front of our house when we bought it, and that was in 1981 or 82. After that, they had a life in a horse stall as a hay manger, and they're getting chewed up a little bit, so I finally took it apart, and they've been in the barn for, let's just say, a minute. So one of the first things I need to do is to clean them up. But I've got these set up here. There are 11 of them. I think it's better to work with an odd number. If I cut this bottom board at 18 inches, I think it would be perfect. So I'm going to clean these up a little bit. I've got several of them. I'm going to use my Restore, and I'm going to make a simple box out of these. So let's get started. Meet me outside and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the restoring tool. It's really a brisk morning. I've got the flap wheel in here. It's 120 grit, and I don't want to take off much. I want to leave the patina on this wood, but it's really dusty, and I think that's just the best way to do it. So let me get suited up here, and I'll show you how quickly this works. So I'm going to paint them. I want them to have some depth to it. So this looks like a little bottle of Dollar Tree paint. And I'm going to put several different layers on here. Not being very particular about how I do it. But I want this to pretty much look like it came from the same place. So I'm going to do this on, let's see, a couple of these had really split ends. And this looks like a short one, and this looks like a short one. What I'll do here at the end, I'm going to paint these with several different layers. There's a big bump I want to have paint in. And I'll distress I'm going to put white on the final coat, and I'll distress it down and try to hit some of this other paint here. So I'm really happy with the fit of this. So I am going to nail these on, and I'm also going to glue these on. And if I just take a little bit of paint off of this side here, the glue will stick. Keep these orientated. I'm going to use my quick and thick glue again. These ends are going to be locked in here anyway. If I were to nail it this way, the nails have a greater chance of deflecting. So you always want to nail perpendicular. 1.25 inch nails. Keep my hand nice and far away from that. Wants to keep moving. The glue is sliding. There we go. I think 3 nails will be plenty. And I remember to get my safety glasses for this one. So we'll do the same, and a little glue. And a few more brads. Now, these are the same length, and I want these to go past the ends here. This is a good way to conceal the ends. Need to see what I've got. This should be about 19 or a little more, 19 and a half. These boards are 24 3/4. That's a lot of math. There's 2 1/8. And there's 2 1/8. So we'll do 2 1/8 overhang on each one. And that's where I've got this, so I'm going to mark it. I think that doesn't look square, but it is. And I just moved the whole rigmarole. Two and 1/8. 2 1/8. Good. Okay. Now, so here's what I want to do. I want to make handles here. So I'm going to come in and do a little round thing here. Let's see. Let's see if I come down. This is 3 1/4. I think I'll come down to 2 inches. Mark that across. Let's see what my dowel looks like. I think I want a thicker dowel. I see one. I think this is about a 1/2 inch. Let's give it a measure. Yep, got a 1/2 inch dowel. I want to put this dowel at the end of each one. So 2 inches looks good. And now I need something round. This will work. I think I'll take a little corner off of here too. I like that. So I'm going to put these together with some double-sided tape. As twisty as these are, I think it's going to take a lot of tape. I want to put the pattern on top. All right, I'm going to cut this with my jigsaw so it looks a little more unrefined. That blade's a little thick for this curve. So now I can take the cut off here and duplicate that on the other side. Wow, that blade's toast. I'll knock these corners off with a sander. Not much to it. So over the drill press, I'm going to come in 1 inch and down a 1/2 inch on each end. Well, with the holes cut, I'm ready to take this apart. That double-sided tape is really good stuff. So that's going to go there. This one is going to go here. And to make sure they're even, I'm going to go ahead and put this dowel through both of them. It looks like I want to cut it off about right there. So once again, not a lot of paint on this side, so I'll just scuff it up some. A nice tight fit. Coming together nicely. All right. Although that one's not in there. Beautiful. Okay. This is going to get a coat of white chalk paint or off-white chalk paint. So any glue that squeezes out is not going to be a problem. It'll be painted over. It will be a problem if it sticks to my bench. So that goes on there like that. That's where I want it. That's where I'll clamp it. And that's where I'll nail it. A little glue here. A little glue here. There we go. Get them flushed up here. Let's get some paint on it. It's going to change the looks of this a lot. To finish this, I'm going to make some chalk paint. And I'm going to use plaster of Paris for that. I'm going to use 1/3 of a cup of plaster of Paris. I'm going to keep this dry. And 1/3 of a cup of cold water. I'm going to thoroughly mix this so there's no lumps. And at Lowe's, I found this beige color for $3. And I'm going to use a cup of it. I think there's a cup in here. Maybe not quite a cup. I think it was going to take all of it, and I had planned on using all of it. So it does look like there's about a cup in there. So now before I get in trouble with my wife, I'm going to go rinse off her cup, her 1/3 cup measuring cup, really good. And I'll be right back. And I'm going to keep stirring this. Oh, I could be in a lot of trouble. I'll be back. All right, that's all cleaned up. If I were, I may have wanted to paint the tops of this raw wood, and I may come back over it again. You can't keep this kind of paint very long. I'm going to start here on the sides. Wow, this is a great color. I want to cover it pretty good, but I'm also going to distress it. I think Karen's going to be really surprised when she realizes that this was once part of those shutters that she didn't like at all. And Randy, if you are watching this, I would be amazed. We bought the house from Randy. No offense. This house needed some work, and I think he knew it. But we've enjoyed it, Randy. Raised a lot of kids here and saw a lot of foster children come through. I may have to give this part another coat. This is actually a pretty easy project. It could be done with circular saw and jigsaw. Okay, let's give this a chance to dry. Go clean out my brush. I was this close. I was getting ready to distress it, and management, that's what Captain Eddie always called his wife, management came by, says she's not crazy about the color. So the oops color is a little too dark for her. She wants it more white. I'm going to take a chance here. I've got one bottle of white in my stash, and I'm going to add it, if it's still viable, to my oops pile. I should have pulled that out. Give me a second. Fortunately, management eats a lot of yogurt, and so I always have these yogurt cups. I should have put some of this out. So it kind of went in there as a clump. I think there's some more in here. Chopsticks. Never throw a chopstick away. Well, this is a lot lighter. You know, I think she was right. This does look better. It's going to dry a little darker. All right, I'm going to turn the video off here. Who wants to watch a man paint? Well, the white got approved. So I'm going to distress this a little bit. Particularly around the edges, on the corners where it would get worn. Well, I'm going to call this finished. I can always distress it more or add more paint, but I'll take the corks out. Let's go see if I can find some flowers to put in this. Well, here's version number 1, and I think it turned out really well. Got lots of flowers right now, and these are all daffodils, but you know, use your imagination. Well, version number 2. Personally, I like version number 1 best, but to each his own taste. Or maybe you would just prefer the Johnny Jump Ups. I think they're pretty, and they do let you see the guest a little bit better. Version 1, version 2, version 3, leave a comment.